Well, there's some recent news with James Bond. I put it on the Kubrick channel. So if you want the full thing, go there. But I will probably try to do something here. I think it's overall sad news, but that's my perspective. So anyway, I was just debating, well, should I put this on this channel or the other channel? Not the Kubrick channel, the other channel. And it just got me to thinking about what are we up to here? What are we doing here? I mean, I think what I'm doing is trying, basically, and I may fail. That's fine. You can put in the comments, oh, you failed. Trying to have a very journalistic slash analytic perspective on these events occurring with Scientology, anti-Scientology, as well as other cults in the true crime genre. Now, again, I may fail at that. You say, your analysis are garbage, so on and so forth, but that is the attempt. That is what it is. But with Jenna, I am not at all clear what are we doing here? What are we doing here at all? So there have been so many changes to her channel and persona. It's hard to keep up. So let me just do the very, very oversimplified summation that in the earlier part of this year, yeah, it's technically in 2025. I know it's shocking. She put out a series of videos saying that Aaron was very abusive, was yelling at her, making her miserable. She was crying every day. And I can't even play the videos because she may copyright strike the channel because that's what she's doing. Even though those are her videos and people are just trying to put them back out there. So it's very bizarre and disturbing. Okay. And I was looking at the third video like 1 or 2 days ago. And I want to be very careful not to misquote her. But she says she did get an apology. She didn't say even from who. I would assume this is Aaron. Okay. And she was like, okay, the apology was good, but we're not there with forgiveness. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. And then literally a few weeks later, she's on the Aaron channel and they're all smiling and touching one another. So I am like, what is happening? Now, actually, the goal of this video was not even to be about Jenna, but Aaron's not very protesting. So Aaron, for the last couple of videos, when he does a live stream, has been doing this very bizarre protest activity where he just stands nearby a cutout of Tom Cruise to mock the Scientologists. And basically, it's like you honk your horn if you see Mr. Cruise. And some of those videos have done pretty well, like over 100,000 views. The latest one isn't doing so well, so being crazy and stupid, I'm like, all right, you know what? Let me just give it a dive. And I swear to God, this is basically what happened. So I was trying to download various videos, some about James Bond, some about Buffy. I'm working on the Buffy stuff for the Kubrick channel, so watch out for that. I will put up some stuff immediately and some reactions to some recent Buffy videos. So I was basically out of memory, right? Because the Aaron video was just too big. It was shocking too. It was like nearly half a gigabyte because it's like 2 hours. So I'm like, all right, fine. So I kept trying to get it, but it's like, it's just too much. And it was getting really late. And I'm like, I need to sleep. So I can't give a full commentary because I only watched the very, very beginning. I watched the thing about like 10 to 15 and it was not really doing very much. I mean, like he wasn't even on camera that much. He was just talking to the Tom Cruise cutout and other people in the chat. And yeah, some people were honking their horn, so I guess it was effective at that level. The point is, this was really stupid and pointless. This is really dumb and pointless. And this is why Jenna gave up her integrity. Because whatever you thought about her, and my opinion about her has been mixed for some time. I think I'm way more critical than most people who went bat crazy when the videos first premiered saying, I love you, Jenna, I will support everything you say. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I didn't do that. I thought like, let's take a while here. Jenna is not totally innocent. This is a very tricky situation. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. Some of the comments people were making, first of all, probably not a good idea because Jenna's not trustworthy. So you putting out those comments was really stupid. I'm just going to say that. However, they did, and Jenna acknowledged, and she was like, oh, she was very touched and moved. And she apologizes that taking down the videos, those comments went away. She did put up the videos again several times, but they were. Now, some people have preserved the comments, and I would forewarn you, I can't do it right now because copyright issues, because, that's what it is. SPTV is just censoring everything. But if you look at those comments, they are pretty heart-wrenching about people sharing their own experiences. And apparently all that is doesn't matter. And that's why I go back to the third video. She says, I'm not invalidating anybody's experiences. Jenna, you cannot seriously maintain in several videos, right? Because you modify it. Well, what is abuse? The level of abuse. She's very clear it wasn't physical, right? Aaron wasn't attacking her physically. Okay, well, let's be factual about it. Let's be careful. That's fine. But if you're going to maintain that as a standard, then in many cases, then what do you complain about Scientology, right? If you actually get the cases where they physically attack their own members, you're not going to find many cases. I mean, a lot of this is about psychological, emotional damage. And granted, these are very tricky terms because we don't have objective measuring rods here. So it's okay, right? I mean, how much are you complicit? How much is your brain really damaged? I mean, these are difficult questions. So if you're saying, okay, it's not physical, it was emotive. And remember the early videos, that was bad. But now she's it doesn't really matter. So it's what exactly are we going to be doing with anti-Scientology? At least from you, this is just Laffy Taffy. Because, what? You bring up a case, in Scientology, they screamed at me. Well, Aaron was screaming at you. You said he was screaming at you. But now it's beer and pizza and a Tom Cruise cutout later. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay, guys. I'm smiling in the video with Aaron. So it's well, just being logical is not me, right, trying to attack her. I'm just saying logically speaking. This is a political problem. And she keeps saying over and over in her posts and videos, don't infantilize me. But whenever she gets criticism, she just starts yelling and crying and getting upset. And you're well, which is it? So listen, which she is, some people in the comment section are going weird. She's obviously asserting a leadership position. Obviously she's saying, listen to me, listen to my stories. Well, it's these stories have no value at all, by your own standard, by your own actions. Well, apparently all David Miscavige has to do is give you a beer, give you a pizza, and a Tom Cruise cutout, and a fake apology and say, hey, there you go. It's over. It's over. All those years of abuse? Not really abuse. Here's a beer, here's a pizza, here's a Tom Cruise cutout, and a fake apology, and it's over. For you. So it's now I'd say, well, that's kind of silly, that's kind of snarky. I mean, come on, let's be serious. But it's no, that's what happened. That's what happened. It's she didn't have much credibility before because she was co-authoring a lot of this misery and stupidity and slander and insults that Aaron was putting out there. She was doing videos with Aaron. She was putting out these very alarming accusations. And listen, I have many criticisms of DOA. You can have criticisms of DOA. It is not a serious statement or criticism to say DOA is like David Miscavige. It's just not. I mean, he's clearly guilty of several things. I'm not denying that. And you can be very critical of him and his behavior, but do I think he's a genocidal dictator? Again, allegedly, it's YouTube, allegedly guilty of mass murder. No, that's just not true. That is simply not true. But Jenna just breathlessly said, you're like David Miscavige. In fact, you're worse. You're seriously arguing DOA is worse than Hitler. You literally said that. And putting aside how stupid that is, it's okay, fine, that's her perspective. Oh, she was in Scientology. She was the queen of Scientology. She's the prince of Scientology. She knows things you don't. Okay, well, maybe not. Okay, fine. And then months later, we get this abuse scandal. But now it's not an abuse scandal because you're hanging out with Aaron, taking the beer and the pizza. And that's literally, I'm not even joking, that's literally what she said. She says, he's wonderful with the children. He buys them the pizza and even the beers. I'm what reality are we in exactly? So he smiles for your kids and buys them pizza. Jenna, I don't even know where to begin. Yes, he makes a ton of money from the YouTube channel. Him paying for pizza is not a moral act. This is not a great, noble act of sacrifice. I mean, you got to give Aaron points. At least he's doing that. I mean, it would be pretty outrageous. He just shows up for these protests, which he himself is calling for. And people might ask, oh, do you have any water or some food? It's like, no. I mean, I do, but it's only for me. So at least that part is nice. He does hand out pizza. I mean, it's better than nothing, but really, I mean, where are we going with this? It's like, if pizza solves everything, if Hitler just did a few pizza parties, he went to a couple of concentration camps, hey, here's some pizza, everything would be better now? I mean, like, what is this? It's just like, just in real time to see someone completely lose all credibility, just come out like a complete moron. For what? You have a board position for a really not real foundation? Because Aaron goes, Dash Foundation is real. No, Aaron, we can actually look at it legally, technically. It fails on so many measurements. You don't, for whatever reason, you don't have a legal representative. I don't need legal representative for my corporations. Aaron, in a court of law, experts will be called and say, well, do most charities have a lawyer? Say, yes, most charities have a lawyer. Do most charities have a professional staff? Yes, most charities have professional staff. Most charities do not operate like this to be this weird platform for your YouTube channels. That's just not real charities. Real charities don't do that. Even real charities fail. They often fail many laws and regulations. So, yeah, I don't know. So, that's what Jenna sold out for. You know, beer, pizza, Tom Cruise cut out, and, like, being a board member of a shifty corporation. Like, now, does that sound familiar? Yeah, because that, like, very parallel to Scientology. So, David Miscavige has the real Tom Cruise. Aaron has a fake Tom Cruise cutout. And I'm sure Tom Cruise eats pizza. So, and I'm sure David Miscavige drinks beer. Although apparently he's very ahedonic. He likes cigars, whatever reason, but, you know, apparently he's not into the whole drug thing as much as people think. Anyway, the point is, like, you just look parallel to parallel. You're like, well, what exactly is the big difference? I mean, yes, granted, Aaron abuses less people. He's harmed less people. He's not committed mass murder as far as I'm aware. But it's like, is that all we have? Is like, okay, Scientology, bad cult because Jenna says so. Aaron cult, good cult because beer, pizza, and I get a board position. I'm not even criticizing her morally. I am. I'm just saying the more shocking thing is, this what you're selling out for? Beer, pizza, and a Tom Cruise cutout? I mean, that's just, how stupid are you? How stupid are you? It's just like, I just am lost in how stupid she is. Like, and also, everyone with a brain knows something's going to happen. There's going to be another crisis. And she's go, oh, God, I can't believe it. Aaron betrayed me again. Oh. It's just, yeah, it's like, you know. I mean, at least I was hoping for her to do more, but I had no big hope she was going to be a superhero. She's not Buffy, you know. She's short, petite, and blonde, and very beautiful and pretty, and she has a few snappy one-liners. She's not Buffy. I never expected for her to be Buffy, but, like, that's it. You're just going to become a full-blown clown. Why? For beer, pizza, and Tom Cruise cut out, apparently. So it's like, well, there we go. That's where we are with Jenna. Sold out for the beer, pizza, and the cutout, apparently.